From Studio 119A, The Exit Interview with Eric Jeon.
Our guest today is a renowned educator who has taught for 33 years with 24 years here at Jericho High School. When she first began teaching, she had a rather unique line of work, as she worked for the Lexington School for the Deaf. Joining Jericho in 2002, she has taught 12 different courses and is best known for teaching debate, research, and philosophy. Throughout her incredible career, she's led the Debate and Ethics Bowl Club to remarkable heights, with debate students reaching state level and helping build a club that has become largely student-led. Always bringing her all into the classroom, she is a dear friend to her colleagues and a mentor to hundreds of students. Mary Drayer, welcome to the Exit Interview.
Thank you, Eric. That was very nice.
I mean, I'm in your AP research class, and it is your last year. Very sad. I'm not gonna say I joined
Is it? Sorry.
For you, it's not sad, but low-key, I just joined for a recommendation letter, but you never heard that from me. This is just for the.
I said yes.
Yeah. That was the main thing I heard, but it was hearing that you wrote good recommendation letters and having friends and debating oh, she's such a great teacher. So I joined Intro to Research and I was I need to find out who this person is. And you're just as fun as everyone says that you are. Okay, for the first question I wanted to ask, it was, where did you see yourself when you were in high school, or where do you see yourself going?
Well, nowhere specific. My parents were amazing in that they sent me to college with no specific path. I applied undecided, and when I got to college, I took every single course that I thought, oh, that sounds interesting, and I only declared my major at the end of sophomore year because the college said I had to. And I did really well in all my classes. I liked all of my classes. So I might be a little competitive, as you know.
Yeah.
So I picked the class that my brother failed. And I majored in that.
I mean, you're always telling us stories about how you've really been a really athletic person in college, how you always really competitive in ping pong, really competitive in billiards. Did you ever see yourself going down one of those paths, like a sportsy path almost?
Oh my goodness, no, not even
Really?
close. My biggest sports would be, I ski and play tennis, and I did go to University of Vermont, so I could ski, but their ski team was the #1 ski team in the country when I was there, and while I did ski 86 days my senior year in college, I was not anywhere close to the competitive level. I just am competitive in my fun stuff. Yes.
You just like beating people that are worse than you.
No, I like a good match. I don't care.
Yeah.
I do like to win, but if it's a good match, I'm good with any outcome.
Of course. You didn't did you have any hobbies or anything that you want to pursue in high school?
I mean, it's very funny because nobody here believes it, but I was actually a math and science kid in high school. I know. I had graduated. I had taken 6 science classes and 6 math classes, and English was not my favorite class at all. And now I teach classes that require reading and writing. I think when I ended up in graduate school and I had to do my student teaching, I said, oh, I want to be a math teacher. And it was interesting because I actually wanted to be a computer teacher, and this is way back in the 90s when computers was really new, and so there wasn't enough classes to fill a whole schedule. So I did some tech, and then I said, maybe I'll do math, and I did middle school math. Holy mackerel, crazy. And then they're like, well, we have to give you a high school English class, and I was petrified. It's oh, these kids are taller than me, and what am I gonna do? And it was actually really hard to teach math because I understood it too well, so it was hard for me to understand why people didn't understand it. And when I taught the English class and I taught writing, it was a nice way to learn with the students. And I also found out that I like high school kids a lot better than middle school kids. You actually have formed brains. It's very nice.
Yeah, I mean, you found yourself to be this math and science person, but you ended up teaching social studies. What led you to teaching, and what led you to teaching that specific side though?
So, I mean, it is interesting. I've thought about this, like, how did I end up here? And I did take a lot of different classes, and I mean, my degree is economics, so there is a math bent to economics. But I've always, I think that, my dad was a lawyer, and I thought maybe I would do law school. I was undecided. So I almost had a double major. I took a lot of political science. I would have had a double major, but I needed one 8 o'clock class second semester my senior year in college. That didn't happen. But I did in political science, I took a lot of political theory. So I think that feeds my philosophy and it feeds the debate aspect and my global awareness. And when I applied for my teaching job in New York, because I got my master's in Oregon and I applied, they're like, well, you have to get a New York teaching degree. I was like, I have economics. What do I? They're like, oh, that's social studies. I was like, okay. And so they told me, and economics is social studies teachers, and with economics you learn a lot of history. You just look at it at a different lens. But a lot of when I taught regular history classes, like Global 1 and Global 2, I had to self-teach. I never took a global history class in college. So I had a lot of the understandings of how the economics worked or the political theories behind governance, but I never had this happened this day, this happened this day. I never had those history classes. So actually, all of the classes, students actually freak out a little bit because I don't usually tell them this on the first day, but I've never done anything that I teach. I've never debated. I've never done research. But I actually think I'm really good at teaching them because I had to learn them, so I had to identify how to learn them.
So you were able to relate with their struggles. Oh, okay, that's really interesting. I mean, first seeing you, you're always sounding like this people person. You're always interacting. You're always so energetic in the classroom. And hearing, oh, I was a math and science guy. It's just mind blowing to me because I feel like you don't fit in that category. In my head, that just doesn't make sense to me. But at the same time, knowing your almost personality being so interested, you always seem so interested in so many things. So I feel like you being in science and math was always it makes sense, but at the same time it doesn't though. In a
Well,
way.
I mean, it's very interesting because I just had my 40th high school reunion, so I was with all of the people that knew me back then. And if people know me, they don't necessarily think of me as a quiet person, and they don't necessarily think of me as a introvert. But in high school, I was quiet. I was more reserved, and I don't know, maybe that fits. But I think we all find different parts of ourselves at different places in life. I went to college, and I was like, oh, there's so many things to choose from, and that was really fun. And I'm glad that my parents let me
have that freedom.
Yeah, they're like, take psychology, take, I don't know, Chinese. I only made it one day in Chinese. Okay. But that was really hard. But they didn't care what I took. And I thought that was really good parenting on their part.
Yeah. Do you think that, do you have any regrets or do you have a favorite class, let's say, in within that social studies field that yeah, do you think you have a favorite class within that social studies field? Because we did introduce you with being the teacher that teaches philosophy, debate, and research. Are those really your favorite? Do you think those are your favorite classes, or do you think you have anything else that stands out?
Well, I mean, I told you I have an economics degree and I don't teach economics.
Yeah.
I actually think that, and my debaters are all going to not like this answer, but I miss the debate class when I first started teaching it because it used to be a total mix of 9th through 12th graders, and it's become a 9th grade introduction class, which I appreciate for a lot of reasons, but I really did like it when it was mixed grade for a fluidity that doesn't exist now. But my two favorite classes to teach are, I like research, but I don't like research necessarily for my teaching. I like research because I can see actual student learning and see what I think most teachers go into the field for, like the struggle, the ownership, the pride. I really think all of you, when you were finished, you were impressed with yourselves. And I think every teacher wants that for their students. So I enjoy watching your process in research. For my own personal enjoyment of content, it's definitely philosophy, partly because the students that take that tend to be very eclectic and different, and bringing that dynamic to a classroom, and then having discussions that are guided but fluid and are fueled by younger, more flexible brains than mine. It makes me think a lot. So I enjoy, those two are my two favorite classes right now.
Yeah, I mean, that struggle in AP research dude, it was bad.
I told you.
I'm gonna spoil a little bit on the video that our class, that the AP research class is making, but it's kind of describing the struggles of the struggles of AP research in a very specific format, which we will show you. But
don't you feel like you did something amazing at the end?
That feeling of submitting, of like pressing the submit button, it was like, I was so glad it was done, but I did feel like, oh, I actually managed to submit it.
You did something, and you in the beginning, you struggled. Sorry, but it was wonderful to see that you brained it in and you actually produced some real research. It was very satisfying for me.
Yeah, it was such a good class to take because like you always told us everything that was gonna happen. It was always just like, oh, if we mess up, it's pretty much our fault. And it's like, it taught me so many, and it's true because it taught me so many important lessons. It was like, oh, if you submit this assignment late, that's less for me to grade. It's like so much like easier. That it just taught me so much time management. It just really and it got me to like learn a lot about you as a teacher, and like just having like one-on-one discussions, especially with that really small class. It was like so like fulfilling in a way to like have someone to like talk to that like kind of like understands like where the struggles are and where you're going. I hope
when you go to college, usually in the first, depending on where you go, the first year you get huge, big classes, unless you go to a very, very small school. But I found the same thing. Like I was in the economics honors class my senior year, and it was 8 of us. And with a professor that was like seeped in knowledge about the content that she was teaching, and having that kind of learning environment. So I think that that's something like when kids go off to college. First of all, go study abroad. It's definitely one of the best things you should ever do when you're in college. And usually it's less expensive, which is awesome. But also try to take small classes. And also, I think they have Rate My Professor or whatever. Definitely take classes with good professors. Even if you think you're interested in a class, but the professor's not good, they could kill your interest in that subject.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So it's always try to find a dynamic for learning is more important than the actual. You can learn anything if you're in an interesting environment to learn it.
Yeah, for
right?
sure. My mom was always getting
Except
mad
Chinese.
Yeah, but like, do you think like those experiences of like learning like, oh, what type of teaching environment is good for you? What type of teachers that students want? Do you think like, is there like some sort of concept, or is there a person or a thing to help shape your philosophy for like both life or teaching, and like, well, whatever your philosophy is?
I mean, I'm going to go back to my parents. I think that my parents are like, I literally am half of each of them. And that my mom is like the cheerleader, oh my goodness, she has more words than I do. I swear she does. And she is this effervescent, like, people person, and really brings in a community. And my dad he was so smart, but wouldn't tell you the answer, right? He would make suggestions. He would support you in every decision you made because they were your decisions. And then if there was a mistake or it didn't work out, he would always be there. So just having somebody that understood me, and like, so I think both of those things, I think what you said is like my dad, what I do in your class, there every step of the way. If you make a mistake, it's your mistake, but I'm still there. Like, that's definitely my dad. And then my mom is, well, she's just...
The excited part.
Yeah, she's the excited part. But she is also so passionate about what she knows and what she does that I don't think I could... I think I need that passion to be a teacher, too.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, like, personally speaking, I really, like, and I think you're, like, not giving yourself enough credit with, like, that passion and excitement you give. Because, like, personally, if it's, like, a teacher that just, like, doesn't care about the class or, like, doesn't really put in their effort, I simply don't want to try. And I actually do worse, and my parents are always getting mad at me for doing worse. And it's like, why aren't you doing good in this class? It's because I don't like my teachers. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to say who, but, like, you
No.
But, like, you're one of those teachers where it's like, this class, like, to be honest, like, sucks.
Yes.
It's so hard. But, like, the fact that you're putting in so much, like, energy and excitement, it's like, I feel like I had to put in my effort. Because it's like, you put in so much time, you put in so much passion, that's like, if I don't, I feel like,
But I think that's a wonderful, and I think that says a lot about you as a student. Because there are some students that don't react that way, but I so appreciate that, and that's one reason why I like research. I so appreciate that, because I will give you as long as I get back. And that's actually, in retirement, I'll miss my friends here, because, Jericho, we have a very great staff, but I know that I'll keep in touch with them, like, as adult friends. But the one thing I'm very worried about in retirement is that I will miss what sounds like vampirish, but, like, I feed off of the energy that I get in the classroom. And I do worry, you know, after a summer vacation and I'm, like, lying on my patio and then I'm brilliantly wonderful. But next October, I'm going to miss what I got back from you, all of you. Like, really, you helped make my job great, right?
I mean, like, again, it's like, I don't think you give yourself enough credit there. It's like,
Back at you.
like, we definitely, like, put in that much, like, effort because you've really taught us, like, so many different things. And I really want to say, like, thank you for, like, teaching us. Because, like, you do such a good job, and it's like...
Oh. Stop it. We don't cry on video.
I'm gonna cry.
It's not okay.
No, but it's like, I think you should really, like, understand how much, like, everyone really appreciates you for, like, being there. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
I am gonna cry too. Stop.
No.
Eric. Stop. It's okay.
Yeah, so...
Then we'll have our party. We'll have a cry party. Crying closet.
Oh my God. It's on the last day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in there. Anyways, Mr. Thank you for joining me in the exit interview. Such a lovely conversation.
Eric, thank you so much. Like, I'd hug you, but the microphone would probably fall.
Yeah.
On a fine career.
Oh yes. Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations on retiring. You're gonna have your forever weekend now.
Yes. Thank all of you. Done?
That was great.
Wrap?
I deadass almost cried.
I did. Like, there's tears there, Eric.